lives matter in the domain of God. Whilst living things were created on our earth by the Creator, using His creative energy, in His mold, as He desired, and for continuation, in the production of living beings and civilization, He made males and females. Thence started the continuous evolution, as time passes. But He exerted total control over births and deaths, which may be due to the karmic deeds, with mind and body, to consciously think and act according to the individual's capacities. But as truth stands out, we are responsible for our thoughts and actions. Bad thoughts and actions lead to karmic credit depletion, but good thoughts and deeds lead to increase in karmic credit accretion of the person concerned. God made everybody in His mold, and that too with His energy. Every creation of His is dear to Him. In His domain, there is no difference, based on caste, creed, color, region, language, religion, status and ideologies. But alas, we humans have segregated, divided His creations based on narrow, selfish and pettiness, by pitting one person against another person, without even slightest notion that all the creations come and go to the source of origin, where all lives matter, with no conflicts in civilization identities. There are the selfish ones, who get more pleasure by putting one against other, for spreading hatred and then rebellion, resulting in violence amongst the vulnerable members of the society, by creating artificial divisions in the communities. Thus, pursue their violent agenda of provoking anger and unrest, based purely on ignorance that some lives matter, pitting against the slogans all lives matter. The gullible and vulnerable get engulfed, and get stuck miserably in the quagmire, an instigation for burning and looting of public properties, without much insight that the properties burnt and looted are made out of their own taxes only. We humans should follow those who taught how best to adjust with all, without any narrow judgment or distinction. Though we have the freedom for pre-assumptions, based purely on compassion, knowledge and wisdom-based considerations, that all that exists on this beautiful earth and beyond is the creation of our benevolent Creator, with the definite purpose for all who is created on this earth. Besides, in His realm so vast, nobody is big or small indeed, because all lives matter in His domain and all lives count. All lives count in the domain of our God. We all are aware that when our Creator created living beings in His mold and with His energy, therefore, He created everybody unique, in traits and other characteristics. Everybody created by Him has a separate purpose. But the modern man has become very material-minded. For him money is very important, being an end in itself and not a means to an end. By doing so, the man has virtually ignored ethical, moral and above all spiritual aspects of his life. What he does or does not do, he wants something in return. In such a social environment, even a child cannot remain unaffected by this negative change. He picks up what his older members of the society do or do not do. Selfishness, self-centeredness, conceitedness and above all man has become intolerant. This intolerance is due to the fact that he has not got the patience to listen to other viewpoints, no tolerance to face facts and is always swayed by innuendos which are fed to him on day-to-day basis. He forgets his roots and above all the source from where he is originated, leading to violence, lack of empathy, and above all his basic purpose for which he has come to this earth gets woefully forgotten. Differences in thoughts comes when we move away from our true nature. In his quest to get what the man wants to get, he forgets how the Mother Nature bestows her most precious gifts in the form of air, water and sunlight, without which we cannot survive. If our Lord does not discriminate in anything, then why we humans have a biased mindset based on parochial and close-minded considerations. If anything happens in any part of the world, we get swayed and want to showcase our egocentric tendencies by burning public properties, harming others based on differences in caste, creed, the color of our skin, region, etc. All this happens when we are unaware of our true nature. We all are not apart from our God. In the Bible it has been said, "Since all lives are created by our Creator, so God created mankind in His own image. In the image of God, He created them. Male and female He created them." Difference in perception. In essence, the religion-based, region-based and skin color-based differences have made a huge negative impact on our psyche. All right-thinking people feel dismayed by the chaotic and confusing conditions created at the slightest provocation of a person or a group of people. We are aware of the ugly incidents of mob lynching or killing or maiming by the violent crowd due to difference in religious beliefs. Differences in perception based on parochial thoughts lead to violence and bad blood between communities. We observe how violence erupts with global ramification due to a specific incident owing to the fault of a single or two persons, who anyhow was dealt with according to the laws of the land. There are clashes between some lives matter versus all lives matter. This has affected societies more adversely than even coronavirus pandemic, which too has engulfed the entire world. The COVID-19 pandemic infection and lockdowns will come and go as societies grow, but the violence between societies based on narrow thinking remains. Alas, this is a matter of concern. Our expectations. It is a sad commentary that we expected more tolerance, accommodation and acceptability of diverse opinions based on caste, creed, color, language, status and ideologies due to spread of knowledge due to evolution of mankind. This all-encompassing knowledge dissemination should have changed the old mindset and changed outlook based on narrow considerations which were hitherto prevailing. But unfortunately, there were incidents of public property burning, looting due to spread of anger and hatred pitting one community against other. The division in the communities, based on perverted mindset, has opened a Pandora box of reeking worms, proving that our perceived advancement and evolution are merely paper-oriented. Divisions in the societies impact our existence. In essence, the global adverse effect created due to parochial thoughtlessness has divided our societies. The situation becomes all the more daunting while almost all the communities globally are facing economic stringency owing to job losses and business losses due to COVID-19 pandemic lockdown conditions. Some people take pleasure in spreading violence and dissension even in these difficult times. It is a well-known fact that in this sort of scenario, the vulnerable and gullible are the poor and ignorant ones who get swayed and fall into the swamp of violence. Contrarily, the influential people mobilize people to deliver catchy slogans and speeches with an intention to create dissensions and consequent mayhem amongst communities by spreading hatred and hostility. By so doing, the authorities are constrained to close down economic activities, thus impacting the economic health of the country concerned, becoming a cause for an increase in unemployment. In the domain of God, every life counts. While we are aware that everybody is dear to our Lord, then, why we humans act otherwise and pit one against others owing to narrow considerations? Let all, without any ulterior motive, be empowered equally and grow equally by getting an equal share from the economic development of the country concerned. If this happens, then there would be a dawn of good relationship between the communities based on the personal involvement of all, cooperation and understanding where all lives matter. When all contribute for the development of a country, then there would be a dawn of harmony. Importantly, the moot point is how best we all, without any bias, be equal partners in any situation and condition. If the situation in the country concerned is good, we can enjoy our life together; if otherwise, we can work hard together and make a difference. This could only be possible when all contribute with the avowed aim of bringing in its wake the dawn of harmony between all the communities without any discrimination. This becomes reality only when we realize the truth: all lives matter. COVID-19 pandemic adversely affects all societies without any bias. The lockdowns due to COVID-19 pandemic has clearly shown that the virus affects all. No society is immune to its ill effects, then why to create artificial barriers? We can fight this virulent virus together, since all lives matter.